Hey guys, it's Aries. I'm going to give you 3 quick tips for aspiring esports players. So first off, you need to figure out how you best work with people. You need to figure out whether or not you're going to be an individual, or you're going to join a team, or an organization. And this is very important to figure out early on because it's going to really affect the other 2 choices you have coming up here. So first off, when it comes down to it, as an individual person, you don't have the support of teammates. You don't have the support of coaches or managers or anyone else like that. So you have to keep yourself accountable. If that's a choice you go with, remember you have to keep yourself accountable. And that's another thing too, is you don't have to answer to anyone. A lot of people like that. Second choice is being on a team. And amateur teams are very rough to be a part of because they are filled with drama and they're not organized well. So you just need to remember that's what you're going into and that's what you sign up for. So a lot of players work as an individual for a long time. They go to an amateur team that's decently well established. I recommend looking into an amateur team that's well and figuring out what works best for you in that regard. Or you can go with an organization. And the thing about organizations is that they tend to be for entertainers and for players who are decently well established in the game already. So if you're starting out fresh, it's going to be very hard to get into. So really try and figure out what option's best for you. You have some experience in the past, use that to your advantage and figure out where you can go right out of the gate. And second off, you have to figure out what game you want to play. And I know that you might think this is first, but you need to figure out what game you want to play and how its esports scene works. That's very important to figure out because Fortnite is a different esports style than CSGO does. And that's a very important thing to remember because you can't play CSGO as an individual player a lot of times. There's a lot more amateur teams on it, whereas Fortnite has a lot of individual players, and organizations are really big in Fortnite, but teams aren't. So you just need to figure out how the game works. So you need to pick your first choice and then find a game that works with your choice, and make sure you can enjoy it too, because you're going to be playing lots of time with this. So if it's a game you hate, don't even bother. You're not going to go pro if you hate a game. You need to learn to love that game. Whether you learn to love it or it's a game you love from the start, doesn't matter. You just need to love it. And third, you need to choose what your goals are. And this sounds simple, but you need to know, are you trying to be an entertainer? You know, because if you're being an entertainer, understand you have a lot of time you're going to put, and you make sure your skills are at least up to par. And they're not subpar. Whereas if you want to be a professional player, you understand that you're going to have to put a lot of time into practice, and you can't really do as much time in the training if you're an entertainer, because you have to, when you're focused on entertaining people, you have a lot more going on. If you're really good at multitasking, then it's great for you, then you're in the right field. But if you need to make that choice, make it early on. Don't try and stretch yourself thin, and be realistic with your goals. If you think you can't be a professional player, then you're wrong, because you can be a professional player. So really try your best and figure out what works best for you. And those are my 3 quick tips for aspiring esports players. I've been James Aries. Have a great day, guys. And make sure you go check out my Instagram as well as our website at RealJamesAries. And the website's realjamesaries.com. Have a great day, guys.